that you will not make it to heaven.
Right.
Read the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Let's read that also. Those things your pastor teaches you, and they teach you and you think is right. Let's teach you some other thing that those things that you do are not right according to the Bible. Read.
1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
So it's making us to understand that the head of Christ is God, the head of woman is the man. You understand? Now, let's go to 1 Peter 2:9. We have understood that the head of man is Christ, and the head of woman is the man. Now let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9 to read what the Most High has given as commandment in the scriptures. Read.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. And in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So the Most High is telling you that you should adorn yourself in modest apparel. When you pick up your phone and you type in modest apparel, it will show you that you should not dress in a way that will attract sexual attention to you.
Read out.
Something you should wear that will not attract sexual attention to you. Read.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearl or costly array, but which becometh women prophesying godliness with good works.
Verse 11.
Verse 11. Let the women learn in silence.
It said, let your women learn in silence. Let your women learn in silence.
Read. With all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
He said, he suffer not a woman to teach. He suffer not a woman to teach. Your female pastors, he suffer not a woman to teach. This is the Bible. This is the Bible. You have your women elder teaching on the pulpit. The Bible is making you to understand that he suffered not the woman to teach. To teach. Read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 10 and verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
It said not to usurp authority over the man. Usurp authority over the man. That means the man should not be sitting while you are coaching the man. And that we've seen in churches today. We've seen that going on in churches today. Why the man will be sitting in the congregation, while the woman will be on the pulpit preaching. The Bible said no. The Bible said no. That should not be done. That should not be done. Now let's see what should be done properly. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 34. We're going to show you the way it's meant to be. The woman is not meant to teach a man. To see the man, you sit on the pulpit teaching the man. Let's see what the scripture I will tell you in 1 Corinthians 14 verse 34. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches.
It said, let your women keep silence in the churches.
Read. For it is not permitted unto them to speak.
It is not permitted for them to speak. It is not permitted for them to speak.
Read. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law.
It said they need to be in obedience, as said the law. What is that law? Let's go to Genesis. Oh, let's go to Genesis 3, verse 16. So it said they should be in subjection according to the law. Now we are going to read the law that they are supposed to be in subjection to. You understand? Women are not meant to speak. Read that.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be unto thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. The man is meant to rule over the women.
Right.
It is not the way around.
Right.
You sit in your house and you be commanding your husband. You sit in your house and be giving your husband instruction. Once he asks you to do anything, you go against his command and then you want to give him instruction to carry out. Some of you women, your husband is the one washing at home. Your husband is the one cooking at home while you be sitting down. And you be sending him to the market. The man is meant to rule over you. The man is meant to rule over you. Go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 35. Read.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 35. And if they will learn anything, if they will what? And if they will learn anything, so if you women will learn anything, what should happen? Let them ask their husbands at home. No, let them teach their husband. Let them ask their husbands at home. You can't ask your husband at home. Your husband is the one to teach you. Now you commanding your husband around. Not the other way around. But what do we see today? It's a bunch of men following women. Following women to church on Sunday. God did not command Sunday for us. God gave us Sabbath day. But we follow women to church. Read it again. For it is a shame for women to speak in the church. It is a what? God said what? It is a shame for women to speak in the church. God said it is a shameful thing. If you women in the church, teaching, preaching in the church, God says it's a shameful thing. For you men, it's a shameful thing. That's what God said. Read on.
That's all.
Read it from top. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. So the women are supposed to be in obedience unto who? Unto the man. As you read earlier, give me back up again. Give me that 1 Corinthians 11. The woman is to be in obedience because you are not above your husband. You are not above your husband. We go to read from the Bible. The order of things according to the Bible. Read it. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Read on. And the head of the woman is the man. Who is the head of the woman according to the Bible? The head of the woman is the man. And then some of you think you are the head. I think some of you think you are the queen of heaven. No, you are not. Your husband is the head. Read on. And the head of Christ is God. Even Christ has a head. The head of Christ is God. The head of Christ is God. The head of the man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. Read it again. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. It's time for you men to wake up. It's time for you men to come out of sleep. Stop following your woman. Wake up and be a man. Read. Verse 8. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 8. For the man is not of the woman. What did God say? For the man is not of the woman. Wait a minute. I thought the man comes from the woman. In society, what we thought? That your mother gave birth to you. That you come from your mother. Let's see what the Bible says. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. The woman comes from the man. In the beginning, God made the woman from who? From the man. You are not the one that made your husband. Read on. Neither was the man created for the woman. The man, wake up, listen up. You are not made for the woman. You are not made for the woman, but what? But the woman for the man. These women were made for you to control them righteously. They were made for you to show them the right thing to do, to follow the laws of God. That's what you're supposed to show them. But what do we see today? A bunch of women that don't follow their husbands. A bunch of women that go to church on Sunday and take you along and drag you along with them. With your immoral dressing. With your immoral dressing, you go to church to seduce who? To seduce the pastor? Are you trying to seduce the pastor? Look at these women, they are coming from church, but they are wearing tight dresses. They are wearing trousers. Get that in 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9. How are women supposed to dress? Are you supposed to be dressing like this in church? You are trying to seduce the pastors. Look at the tight dresses. If I can see your cleavage, you are dressed immorally. If I can see you show your shape from your dress, you are dressed immorally. Read. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. In what? In modest apparel. God said, you women, you should dress modestly. What does it mean to dress modestly? Read on. With shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array. Is it saying you cannot wear gold? Is it saying you cannot wear jewelry? You can. But don't let that be the main focus of your attire. Don't try to seduce men because of the way you dress. Read on. Verse 10. But which becometh women, professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. So it said, which prefer women with good works. What are the good works? What are women supposed to teach? Let's get that in Titus 2 verse 11. Titus 2. We are not saying women cannot teach. You can teach your children. You can teach them the laws of God. Let's read that. This is the book of Titus chapter 2 verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Verse 5. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. Keepers at what? Keepers at home. Keepers at what? Keepers at home. Give me that. Give me the top. The top. The aged women. Read. This is the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to too much wine, teachers of good things. Verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband. To what? To love their husband. Many of you, you don't realize the way you are dressing is because you hate men. You hate men, that's why you dress this way. Give me that. First John. 1 John chapter 3 verse 15. Because you hate your man. That's why you are dressing this way, because you know that your man will be tempted. They will be tempted when they see you dressed immorally. And you hate God, because God said the woman should dress modestly. That's what the laws of God said. Read. This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 15. Whosoever hated his brother is a murderer. Is a what? Is a murderer. You don't realize that the way you are dressing, you are killing people. You are killing your men. You are killing them with the way you are dressing, and it's hatred. Because God said, if you lust after these women, you are insane. And the wages of sin is what? Is death. Read on. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Read on. Matthew 5:26. Matthew 5:26-27. Read. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them in the old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh upon a woman to lust after her, how are we not going to look on these women if they keep dressing immorally? How are we not going to look at you if you keep wearing these skimpy dresses? If you keep wearing trousers? Read on. What did Christ say? To lust after her, had committed adultery with her already in his heart. You even go as far to wear to church so that your pastor will lust after you. You take it so far, you wear it to church, and then you sit in front. And then the choir pastor will be looking at you. He will not be able to concentrate on the song you're singing. That's what you teach the men. That's what you teach the men by the way you dress. Read.
Matthew 5:27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her in his heart.
First John chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2 verse 3. Because we hate God. We hate God. That's why we don't keep his commandments. But we say we love God. We say we love God. Do we really love God? And hate our brother. We love God, but we dress anyhow just to make our brothers seduced. Just to seduce our brothers. Read on.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
If we keep God's commandments, that's how we know we love God. God just said that any woman dressing immorally, you are evil. That's what God just said. We don't already tell you. Read on.
Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandment, is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word